Join the Angry Club. This is your home. All the disenfranchised. All the people who know that human nature is evil and skunky. And no matter what you think, someone's out to screw you. Come, join my club. Be with me. I'm your father. I'm your mother. I'm your son. I'm your daughter.
You're my daughter?
That's right.
You're my big ugly daughter.
I'm your big ugly daughter. Oh, you are evil. I don't like you.
You'd be an ugly girl.
I think that's a nice notion, Robin. That is your daughter.
Thanks. See what I mean? Even the people you work with screw you. I told you, it's a horrible world.
Oh, dear. I'm trying to lighten you up.
No, there's no lightening me today. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You know, yesterday I was all, so my thumb got smashed. I'm going to deal with it. Not today.
Yeah.
I went to the hand surgeon yesterday.
Yes.
I had an appointment there at 10:30. And evidently my thumb's a lot worse than I thought.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah, this guy put
He gave you the...
He gave me the real thing. Yeah.
You don't need the screw, do you?
Well, here's the deal. My thumb is broken in 3 places. It's not just a break. It's pulverized.
That's what Dr. Feely was sort of... but he was saying that it was not a bad deal. But what? What did you find out?
Well, Dr. Feely's saying that, look. I don't know. I don't know what anybody's saying.
It's broken in 3 places. And what does the new doctor say needs to be done?
What?
What does the new doctor say needs to be done?
Yeah. I'm your big, ugly daughter.
Hello, daughter.
Yeah. Let me tell you what my...
Come here, sweetheart.
No, I mean, the new doctor is saying, thumb transplant.
Yeah.
No. Robin goes, oh, my God.
An orangutan thumb has to be put on your hand.
Hey, they're looking for a pig thumb.
Right.
No, because Dr. Feely was saying, you can go back to exercise and you can go back to pretty much doing what you want to do. This doctor's saying, you better just sit still because you got to really, he says, I'm not going to lie to you, it's a very, very bad break. And that if you do stuff, the bones can separate and then I'll have to put a screw in it.
See, this is what I was trying to say earlier in the day when I said you have to take it easy.
Yeah.
Just because it's a thumb on your hand and you run with your feet doesn't mean you can go out and charge around.
No running, but Dr. Feely's saying you can exercise. But the other guy's saying don't exercise.
The other guy is right.
Yeah, the other guy sounds like he might be right.
Yeah, I don't know what to think.
I mean, you'll have a big ugly thumb, my big ugly daughter.
Right. I can't. The guy even said no having the Stamos is over for nightly nude.
That's right. No undressing.
Well, that's ridiculous.
So you know me, I'm neurotic about working out. I love working out.
Now he'll put his whole body in a cast.
Yeah, exactly. And now I'm like, what does that mean? What do I, the nice weather's going to come. And I'm going to be sitting inside with a stupid thumb.
Well, it's how many weeks? Not a lot.
6 weeks.
The nice weather won't start till
next
7 weeks.
7 weeks away.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just bummed.
Of course.
It's just such a dumb injury. And
did you talk to Marco yesterday?
No, I don't want to talk to Marco. I know I'm mad at Marco.
Yeah, did he try calling you or anything?
No, he's smart not to call me. He should stay away from me.
And did you talk to Pat?
Yeah, I spoke to Pat. Well, Pat's kind of like, don't worry about it. We're going to get you in the gym. You're going to be working. It's not going to be disruptive, but it is going to be disruptive. And Pat's wrong.
How can he say that?
Well, he's saying there's other things we can do. But he's saying that you can work out.
Yeah, but you can't use your hand for anything.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, I took a shower yesterday. That only took about an hour.
Did you get the new split? Let me see it.
No, they can't even. They don't even want to mess with it till next Tuesday.
Oh, really?
What's next?
They said it's too swollen. He said that the doctor was telling me I had such a bad. That was the other thing too, that all this internal bleeding going on, and it's just the whole thing. It just didn't sound good.
Yeah.
And I got down.
Well, I told you about the swelling.
And then this morning I woke up and I was angry and.
Well, of course.
And
You? Of course you're.
And I started going berserk. And Beth had to see me being all angry.
Uh-oh.
I hate
Seeing
that.
the real him.
She saw the real me. I've been trying to be somebody else.
You tried to hide that.
Tried to hide the real me.
You've been somebody else for so long now.
I know.
Dr. Jekyll
I even believed I was somebody else.
met Mr. Hyde this morning.
Told you not to use the goddamn tape. Did I say you don't use the tape? Get out of my way.
Oh, I'm
Get out
so
of my
sorry.
way. I would have never let you come if I knew you were going to use the tape. No f***ing way, Genji. Now stay out of my face.
Scott, I told
Get
you.
out of my face. Get the camera out of here.
Scott, you.
Get out.
Oh, my goodness.
Scary.
I love that tape.
Yeah, I went, and like, I'm trying to have a good attitude, and then they're like, don't let the hand go below your heart because it's throbbing, and we got to stop the bleeding. And
And the swelling. That's right.
I'm walking around with he goes, and he goes, even that thing that, what do you call this?
Sling.
The sling is no good because it fools you into thinking your hand is elevated, but it's
Right.
not.
It's below your heart.
Yeah.
You really got to keep it tight.
You've
That's
got
the
to be
thing.
like this. You should have something from the ceiling hanging there. with your
Yeah,
arm.
exactly. So I just took a bunch of, I wasn't even in pain last night. I took a bunch of Vicodin.
You needed
bro.
it for your psyche.
I just needed it.
At 8 o'clock, why don't we all just take 3 Vicodins?
I took 2
Artie.
Vicodin, and
What's hurting on you, Artie?
I feel bad for him. The fact that I need a painkiller right now.
Beth said it was kind of funny because I was laying there screaming in my sleep, talking about something, Mr. Anger, but my hand was elevated.
Very good.
Like in my sleep, the stupid hand is elevated. I can't even mellow out in my sleep.
I know, and then you think that the first day or two is the worst day.
No.
But it's
It's as it drags
a few
on.
days later that the impact really hits you, that this isn't going to go away soon.
And then everyone I run into is like, oh, what happened? And I'm like, oh, nothing.
Go through the story
and I'm making
again.
jokes. Oh, you should see the other guy. He's in the hospital, blah, blah.
Let me alone.
Right, because it's
Real
such
funny.
a stupid accident.
Yeah.
It's really not even anything that's
Yeah, and then I go, well, if it happened in the gym, and then everyone goes, well, what happened? And I'm like, a guy dropped away. Dropped away? Well, I don't understand. How could he drop away?
It's
Just shut up.
You should just make up a card that explains exactly
Yeah.
what happened. Just hand it to me.
Yeah.
Or tell him, I was in a car accident.
I'm dying. Stay away from me.
I got hit by a car and I was stuck to the windshield for 2 days.
Did you hear that story?
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to do that this hour. There's a great story in the
Oh,
newspaper.
how do you do that? Talk about high.
What is it, Kate?
Yo, you know what I was thinking about? Did you drop a deuce yet?
Yeah.
What's
But
that
I'm a
like?
lefty when I wipe.
Oh,
so I was fine with that. But after I drop the deuce, I like to go into my shower with my spray nozzle and wash myself out.
Then it's
Now I can't even do that
That you
because
do righty?
I can't do it because
well, your hand's got to be elevated.
I gotta elevate my hand. I gotta wrap my stupid arm in a plastic garbage bag with rubber band. I mean, it's like not only so making duty takes like an hour
It's
with all
almost
the
like
cleaning.
He's got the Ebola virus.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
suit up.
it's like it just everything takes an hour. Brushing your teeth takes an hour.
It's like a waste management company.
Right.
Yeah.
Come in.
He's got to get on his goggles.
The doctor told me I should learn to wipe with my feet.
Heat
God,
in your
those
feet.
guys out.
I'm gonna take yoga and learn how to wipe with my feet.
Now, by the way, can you write?
No, I can't do anything. I'm a mess. Right with what?
You have to.
Can't type, can't do
He's going to
anything.
be, running around with a straw in his mouth.
You
Yeah.
got to recite it to people.
And like I have dinner plans tonight, and I don't want to be out with a big old cast on my arm. I look
But
like
then
an
you got to
idiot.
trudge around and go, I can't let this stop me.
Yeah, and and now it's becoming a whole a whole thing.
Yes, it's cause.
And I feel bad. I wish Beth was on the phone so I could just say,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm just
Sorry you saw me.
I'm sorry you saw the real me.
How bad did it get?
Nothing. I mean, it's not toward her. I just
Right.
She saw the maniac he's been keeping secret. Well, I feel really bad because because just the other day you were talking about how much you changed.
Yeah.
And everybody's saying, yeah, I see a real change. And I said, oh, I see it lurking right behind you.
Yeah.
Marco put an end to that.
He can come back at any time.
Yeah, Marco put an end to my happiness.
That's right. As soon as he smashed that weight into you.
Now I hate Marco.
I was thinking if you want Howard, as a favor to you, I'll beat up Marco.
Nah, it's not about
you
beating him up.
wouldn't even.
I told the doctor yesterday, I want his thumb smashed, and I want him to be in a cast.
You know what?
Yeah,
That's
'cause
one
even
phone
if-
call.
Even if you got his thumb,
Yeah.
which is fine,
Yeah.
it takes you weeks to recover from the transplant.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah, I want his thumb. I want to rip his thumb out and have it sewn onto my hand.
They took my thumb, Charlie.
Thanks, Marco. 3 years of therapy down the drain. Now I'm angry again and pissed.
Well, you know, the good news is that it won't take you as long to get back.
Yeah.
You know, you fell into that deep hole, but you could get out again really quickly now.
Yeah, but this was the test.
Uh-oh. Don't
You know.
make this the test. You know, it's like an alcoholic. You already know this, Artie.
You know, yeah, Artie, you know about substance abuse.
Yeah.
Failure is a part of the recovery.
Of course, failure's a part of life.
I'm failing right now.
It's not how much you get knocked down, it's how you get up.
Yeah.
You need a mantra like an AA or something.
Like, you know, and like I was really looking forward to this weekend. I'm going to dinner with my cousin Stacy and with my family, and you know, I'd like to walk in the restaurant and a big smelly cast.
You'd like to walk in with your hand below your heart.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, down at your side with your knife.
It's just, you know,
You look like you're a traffic cop.
yeah.
You're always saying hi.
Yeah, I just,
Howard never says hi.
yeah, hi.
He walks across the street, traffic stops.
And I even got mad, like my doorman's the nicest guy in the world, and he was holding the door for me. And I go, don't hold the door, please stop. Please
Make a
let me.
big deal
Don't make a
about
big
it.
deal about me. I got it under control. You know. You know. Oh, I'm in such a foul mood.
Oh, it started even as he was walking out the door. Oh, he says, now I got to be involved with doctors.
Yeah. And then the doctor's the nicest guy. This guy, Dr. Feely, called me last night to make me feel better and everything. And I'm on the phone, and I'm like,
Dr. Feely better.
I'm like, oh. And like, when I shower, should I put a thing over it? You know, I don't want to be involved
I know.
with doctors.
Are you on antibiotics?
No.
By the way?
No.
No, he's just on the V.
Just a bit.
I'm also on some kind of anti-inflammatory.
The anti-inflammatory.
Oh, that stuff.
But that's no big deal.
Now you get the steroids, and they're not for working out.
Yeah, right? like I don't want to be involved in all of this.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So you going to drink this weekend?
Yeah. I
What
asked
do you
the doctor.
think? Listen to this.
I asked the doctor 3 times, can I drink?
Oh, my God. You're an
Even when
alcoholic.
I do Vicodin.
You're an alcoholic.
Yeah, and he goes, well, are you that into drinking? I go, yeah, I am. I want to be drunk this weekend.
Well, you know what's cool about you is it doesn't take a lot of booze to get you loaded.
Not lately.
You know what I mean? So,
Well, especially not with the Vicodin. What did he say about you and the drinking and the Vicodin?
You can do it.
If you really have.
in
If
moderation.
you have to, you do it.
Anything in moderation's good, Robin.
No, I don't think I need the Vicodin anymore. Pain's not bad. All right, but I gotta go. Goodbye. Hey now. I got a lot of email, and by the way, I do appreciate people being so nice and saying that they're sorry about my broken thumb. One guy even said, sorry about your broken arm. So nobody pays that, which firms up my belief that nobody really listens to the show all that closely.
It's really nice.
Wow.
Another listener asked in our email for today, when will that dingy broad Debbie Schlussel be on I don't know the answer to that, but I'll let you know when.
Oh, people want to see her.
Yeah.
She was cool.
She was good. I want to have Debbie back on. Here's a question from a guy. This is an observation. He says, Marco Battaglia is a big, clumsy, stupid idiot. No wonder the Bengals cut him. A lot of people angry with Marco for damaging my thumb. All right, so here's a guy who says, Marco is a big, clumsy, stupid idiot. No wonder the Bengals cut him. Sounded like me cursing him out this morning, as a matter of fact.
His name came up in your rant? Oh, dear.
It's getting ugly.
One listener says, Marco is such an oaf. Be glad he didn't drop a weight on Howard's privates.
Ooh.
I am happy about that.
It's broken in 3 places.
Talk about it could be worse.
80% of the listeners saw that Nikki Ziering is getting a divorce on the e-crawl.
Really?
Yeah, she's a beautiful girl.
And we had the feeling that there were problems in that marriage.
Yeah. The problem is his career dried up.
Problem is he's ironed.
His show was canceled.
Iron zero.
Problem is she's too hot for him.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm too hot.
She became Jewish, right, for him?
Yes, she
Is
did.
She drop in that too?
No, I understand she's going to become a rabbi. She's leaving show business. So she's getting a divorce. A lot of complaints about a problem with L.A. on Thursday. Thursday morning, evidently, while I was talking about my thumb for the first time, which was very big news, and actually was talking about that whole Letterman story, it seems as if 2 feeds were running at once or something. I don't know what they were doing in L.A. I hope the problem's been fixed.
But that only happened in L.A.
Right, only in L.A. Many people writing in hoping that I replace Letterman. Here's someone who sends a Vicodin warning. Vicodin is hydrocodone and can damage your hearing permanently. Be careful.
Maybe that's what happened to that
Rush Limbaugh.
Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, the Vicodin. Another listener wanted me to know that Vicodin was Matthew Perry's drug of choice when he developed a problem.
Well, also, I think it was that little... Remember the kid from 8 is Enough who can never get off drugs?
Adam Rich?
Yeah, I think he likes it, too.
Yeah.
Another listener reports that Imus was trying to suck up to me and said that I'd actually be a good replacement to Letterman. Of course he wants me to replace Letterman because he wants me off morning radio.
And he thinks he can get the Late Late Show,
Yeah.
whatever comes on after.
Yeah, he thinks I'd be a good replacement if Dave goes to ABC because then Imus might actually have some listeners on his program. Somebody might tune over there.
But you know he always follows everything you do. You open the door to late night television.
Yeah,
for him.
yeah, he'll get to have a late night TV show.
Right through.
No, they already tried him in late night TV years ago. It was a disaster.
But that was before he learned.
It had to be Howard Stern, right? That's right. I forgot. Yeah, he didn't know what to do back then.
Back then he used to sit and stare at the camera.
Yeah. All right, so there's a bunch of stuff to get to. And I guess the first thing is a story about the hit and run thing, but maybe I'll wait a few minutes to get to that.
Let everybody wake up.
Let everyone wake up. This is the most amazing story I've ever heard. When I heard about it, I couldn't believe it.
Even the law enforcement people said, no, years and years of never had anything like this.
All right, maybe I should do it here. All right, here we go.
We could do it 3 times. It wouldn't be bad.
Okay. A nurse's aide, woman, hit a homeless man with her car.
On her way home.
That's right. Drove home with him, stuck head first in her broken windshield. Homeless guy's head goes through the windshield.
Yeah, she hit him so hard he rolled up on her hood and head went through windshield.
So far, it's not that crazy.
Okay, that's not crazy, okay?
No, that sounds reasonable.
Have you heard this story, by the way?
No, I haven't. I can't wait.
I can't wait. I got to try it out on somebody who hasn't heard it.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is in Fort Worth, Texas, by the way. She hits the homeless guy. His head goes through the windshield. He screams for help. Okay?
Yeah.
She doesn't stop.
She doesn't stop. She keeps driving. She drives home, pulls into her garage, locks him in the garage for the next 2 to 3 days.
Well, basically, she's just parking her car and getting out and going into the house.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
She
man.
parks her car, goes in the house, keeps him in the garage for 2 or 3 days. He's alive, but he's stuck in the windshield. She goes downstairs every once in a while to check on him.
Right.
He goes, please help me. She goes, I don't know what she said to him, but
Yeah, they don't say what she said.
she refused to help him. He bled to death the next couple of days in her garage.
Oh, my God.
Her name is Shantae Mallard. Allegedly told police she periodically went into the garage apologizing to the guy, but doing nothing to help.
What did she think? It would be better if he was dead?
She probably was afraid she was going to get arrested for hitting him.
Don't you think, like, she probably thought, well, he's a homeless guy. If he dies, I'll just bury him somewhere, and who's going to miss him?
That's what I'm thinking, that she
Right.
figured if she takes him to the hospital, she's got a whole passel of trouble.
Yeah.
If he dies, she can just get rid of him.
Not crazy. That is crazy. All right.
That's the only explanation.
Mallard, 25 years old, was arrested on murder charges Wednesday and was later released on bond. She faces from 5 years to life in prison. Well, I hope so.
You know what the craziest thing of that is? They released her.
Yeah. Did you hear what I said? Was later released on bond.
She's dangerous.
Listen to this. I'm going to have to come up with a new word. Indifferent isn't enough. Cruel isn't enough, says Tarrant County Prosecutor Richard Alpert. Heartless, inhumane. Maybe we've just redefined inhumanity here.
Heartless.
Yeah. Police said 37-year-old Gregory Biggs, that's the homeless guy, probably would have lived had he received immediate help.
Yeah, for 2 days he lived.
When the man finally died, Mallard and her friends put the stranger's body in the trunk of another car and dumped it in a park.
Wow, she got good friends.
Yeah. Her friends.
They hang with her in the tough times.
Hanging with our homies.
Yeah, some friends will just take you to the airport.
They got a picture of the woman in the New York Times.
Really?
Yeah. Shantae Mallard.
Well, she did say that she had been drinking and taking ecstasy.
Well, wait, yeah, I'm going to get to that part.
Right, she would have got arrested for manslaughter, probably.
Yeah, Ms. Mallard admitted drinking and using the drug ecstasy the night of the accident and said she panicked after hitting Mr. Biggs. When,
for 2 days she panicked.
She panicked for 2 to 3 days. 2 to 3 days.
Sorry, Mr. Biggs, I'm still on ecstasy. Can I get you a cup of coffee?
I haven't come down yet.
Yeah.
The impact hurled him headfirst through the windshield, leaving his broken legs protruding onto the hood. With the man still lodged in the windshield, the woman panicked and drove the few miles to her Fort Worth home, parked her car in the garage, and lowered the door as Biggs pleaded for help, according to police. When Biggs' body was found October 27th, evidence pointed to a hit and run, investigators said. Yeah, how'd they find
Where'd they dump the body?
In a park.
Wow.
Because they put him in the trunk with their friends, and they brought him to a park.
Well, so I guess they were trying to make it look like a homeless guy just died on the street or something.
Right.
Lieutenant David Burgess said police were contacted a few weeks ago by someone who said she heard Mallard at a party talking about the incident. She would have gotten away with it.
Wow.
Yeah, she would have gotten away with it.
Did she have a license plate that said killed homeless guy?
Yeah, I mean, she's insane. I mean, this is an insane woman.
But once again, I have to say, they released her.
Yeah, I don't get that. That's the part you can't figure out. Why would they release this woman?
She probably drove home.
You know what? I bet she does 2 years.
Mallard allegedly told a friend details when asked why she was no longer driving her car.
I got a homeless guy stuck in the window.
At least she's honest.
Oh, it's the funniest story.
A search of Mallard's... a crazy thing happened.
Yeah.
A search of Mallard's house turned up the damaged car with blood, hair, and other evidence, it's already said. The car seats...
Clean the car.
No, and the car seats were found in the backyard, and one had been burned.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I don't know. Maybe they were getting rid of the car piece by piece.
Oh.
It's an ecstasy party. You burn seats.
Mallard's attorney, Mike Heiskell, said, I think this is overreaching on the part of the prosecution and the police.
What?
Yeah. I love attorneys.
Here comes this dirtbag.
And in the end, I believe the law will shake out that this was simply a case of failure to stop and render aid. Holy mackerel.
How do you say that with a straight face?
Oh. The medical examiner's office said Biggs suffered no internal injuries and apparently died from loss of blood and shock.
Yeah.
So the guy would have been fine.
And probably dehydration and hunger.
Yeah.
And you know what? Had she just driven the guy to a hospital? She's not a wealthy woman. She wouldn't have lost anything. I mean, the guy's a homeless guy, got hit. It would have been fine.
Absolutely. He would have lived.
Right. Mallard told investigators she went into the garage a few times and apologized to the victim, but never called for help as he pleaded with her.
That's like a Jason Williams apology.
Yeah. I mean, does this not sound like Stephen King with
Absolutely.
Misery? Yeah.
In fact, you know what I thought about? I said, you know how we're always doing these wacky stories and they sound like urban legend? I'm like, this should be urban legend.
Mm-hmm. She wouldn't say why she wouldn't get help. Well, because she didn't want to deal with it. Charges may be filed against some of Mallard's friends. Maybe.
This is a whole weird story. Texas, you got to get it together.
Who helped take her? I believe she deserves the electric chair for this.
And she should not be walking around. This woman is dangerous.
You know what, at least
really, if there's anyone you're ever going to punish, is a woman who kept a homeless guy attached to her windshield. Charges may be filed against some of Mallard's friends.
And I would look into her background. She's probably done some other things.
Wait a minute, charges may be filed against her friends.
Yeah, maybe. Police do not yet know if anyone besides Mallard knew about the man while he was still alive. Medical examiner's records listed Biggs' address as homeless shelter in Fort Worth. His mother, Meredith Biggs, said she had recently begun looking for him. How could she just leave him like that to die?
And she's a nurse's aide.
Drugs and alcohol wear off, so why didn't she get some help? And then she said, I should have prayed more. Like that.
At least give the homeless guy some ecstasy.
Yeah, let him go out with a bang. Right. Well, I'm not going to waste my stash on you.
Greg Shantae, you okay?
What's with Shantae? What is she, a black chick?
I would imagine.
She looks black.
Excuse me?
She looks kind of black, right?
Excuse me?
Shantae.
Shantae.
Shantae. Well,
A clue.
yeah.
Excuse me?
She is cold, man. Wonder what happened in
I
her
want to
life.
interview her.
Yeah. We need Shantae Mallard on the phone immediately, Gary. She's out on bail, believe it or not.
And how much was her bond?
Well, her bond is, I think, $10,000. Oh, it's a $10,000 fine for doing this.
Yeah, but what's the bond?
Isn't it funny? The law says if you hit a guy with your car and you drive him into your garage and hold him there for 3 days and let him die, there's a $10,000 fine.
Right.
I think I could hack that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
I'll pay
I'm
that.
Try it just to see what it's like, because it only costs $10,000.
You think of a homeless person down here in Texas, that's going to cost you $10,000.
Right. Wow.
Did she get the chair in Texas?
No,
She can't anymore?
because it wasn't during the commission of another crime.
See, I blame lawyers for this. In the non-bizarro world, like she just would have driven to a hospital and said, "Oh, nothing's going to happen to me." But now she's so afraid of the legal
Everybody's afraid of what can happen to them.
system. Right. So they just keep the.
Of course you panic. Lawyers are going to get involved in your life.
Well,
Right.
if she was drunk and all eat up, she's going to
Yeah.
get vehicular manslaughter.
But my question, I thought E was the love drug.
Yeah.
Well, evidently it didn't work on her. We finally found a human being that turns ecstasy into a hateful person.
A hateful, neglectful drug.
A serial killer.
Although
on it.
several times she came down into the garage and said, "You know, I really love you. You're hot.
Can I touch you?
Can I touch your face? Can I touch your hair?"
I just want to put on some acid house rock.
Yeah, she just kept rubbing the homeless man stuck in her windshield.
I want to mention something here. We were supposed to have on this show yesterday the very beautiful actress. What's her name?
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, Milanovic.
Oh, she was supposed to come in yesterday?
Yeah, Mila Jovovich.
What happened to her?
I made the mistake of promoting her in advance, and I bet you one of her stupid Hollywood friends told her not to come on because she gave the lamest excuse. She goes, "Well, it's a scheduling conflict." There's no scheduling conflict.
Dope.
Never.
Yeah, and it wasn't like there's a scheduling conflict. Let's see if we can do it Friday. Mila Jovovich, shame on you. You suck. You know, don't book a show. Don't have me promote you, and then don't back out.
You know, I was thinking, because I was looking at something in the, some of the blurbs I get, and I said, oh, she's coming in. So she's not coming.
She's not coming in.
Well, I used to be a fan.
Yeah.
No more. And no one likes her.
That's right.
I used to have a bumper sticker that said Mila time. That's coming off.
There you go.
I think she got nervous because it was the first real interview she'd have to do in her life.
Right.
We had some good stuff on her. What do we have on her, Benji?
Will found it. It's her dad's in a big financial scandal.
Really?
Oh, wow.
But he would have to give you more details, or Gary would have to give you more details.
You know that for real, or is it one of your crackpot investigations that you do on the internet?
No. It's her dad was involved in one of the biggest insurance fraud cases in the history of the United States.
Wow.
Yeah.
Medical
How do you
insurance.
manage that?
Yeah.
It's medical insurance.
Maybe it's good she didn't come in.
No,
And then the other thing was, you know, she got married when she was 16, got the marriage annulled, got married to another guy, separated, reconciled, divorced him. You know, she marries.
Serial marrier.
She marries her directors, it seems like.
Or photographers.
Yeah, well. I just say, you know what? I don't care about any of that. I don't care about a dad. I don't care about her directors or marriages. It's just, don't book the show and then back out because you're such a pussy because one of your friends said, "Oh, Howard Stern's so evil." Who's her friends? I'll tell you which one said something to her. What movies has she been in? Probably Bruce Willis was in a movie with her right there. There's your answer right there.
One of the worst movies ever he was in with her, that Fifth Element.
You know what? I'm sick of him. Book that masseuse back on. Let her tell all the details of having sex with Bruce Willis during a massage and what she used to do with 4 of her fingers.
And we'll listen attentively. We won't even fight her.
Yeah, we're not even going to fight her on it.
I'm actually just reading her article in the Inquirer now.
Yeah.
You know what broke them up?
What?
She brought a hot friend to a party, and Bruce wanted to know, could he get a 4-handed massage?
Right.
Well, it's a legitimate question.
Did you see the promos for Letterman last night? Bruce Willis was on. He's getting funny looking.
Yeah, I know. What
He's got
happened?
a big bald head. I didn't know. I mean, they really had to say that's Bruce Willis. He's got a new look. It isn't a good one.
He shaves his head. But isn't that cooler than wearing some bad hairpiece?
Yeah, but his face is like
Messed up?
messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
You
not
know
the
what?
cute Bruce anymore.
He's a bartender who got lucky. He should be thanking his lucky stars.
He's the worst on Letterman. He's so smug, and he plays the harmonica.
And he thinks
Oh,
it's
I
funny.
hate
Yeah,
that.
he
Yeah.
really tries to be funny. So
He's convinced he's funny.
Right.
You know how easy it is?
He went to the Burt Reynolds School of Funny.
Right.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah,
But
he
do you
just
know how
tries too
easy it
hard.
is to play a harmonica?
Yeah.
He plays it badly.
I can play the harmonica.
You know who plays harmonica badly?
Who?
Alanis Morissette.
Yes. She
And-
plays like Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I know. Like, she doesn't really know how to play. She just blows back and forth into it like I do.
Yeah, like breathing. That's
Yeah.
not how you play.
And I dig her and everything. I like her music, although she is odd, man. I saw her on E! The other night because they rerun the Carson Daly Show, and I guess his guest was Alanis Morissette.
Right.
And, boy, first of all, the hair is way too long. I mean, she looks like Underdog Lady. I mean, does she know that, like, it's just dragging her whole look down?
I don't think you can tell that girl anything.
No. And she's, like, all serious, like a hippie chick?
Yeah. Everything's significant.
Yeah, everything.
Nothing's light.
Her new album, Under Rug Swept.
Yeah.
You know, easy.
Uh-oh.
Like
We're
Little
in for a
Jagged
tough
Pill.
ride.
What is it? Little Jagged
Little
Pill.
Jagged Pill.
Lil.
Lil.
Let's get this under rug swept. I want to see what she's singing about this.
Lil. Little jagged pill. Lil.
Lil Jagged Pill.
Because remember, after she had that big success, she had to go away to India.
Thank you, India. Thank you. Yeah.
Isn't it ironic?
And, I don't know. And then, she was like wearing a belly shirt and her pants were, I think she's working out and stuff, but she's wearing all the wrong, like she looked all wide in the hip.
Yeah.
But, she's a girl who's, she just misses hot.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
She's not bad.
The hot thing is right there, and sure, her arrow just missed it.
Yeah. She's almost Nelly Furtado.
It's like she's got a lazy eye.
Right. Yeah, there's something a little off.
Right.
It's also, she's like so many girls, like hippie chicks. She's drinking chamomile tea and she holds the cup with both hands.
Yeah. But it would be all right if she hadn't missed hot.
Right. Yeah.
If you hit
everything
hot,
would be fine.
everything's cool.
She's just not that hot.
Right.
But Bruce Willis is one of those guys that thinks he's just a little bit too funny,
yeah.
He thinks he's actually, like he could have been a comedian.
He thinks he's too everything. He's too good an actor.
Yeah, he's great.
Too funny.
Right.
And Letterman probably hates him, but he can't say
Oh,
it.
you know it. Because like when Julia Roberts goes on that show and thinks she's so funny, and he just lets them do anything.
Right.
And they get away with it because they're such big stars. And you got to sit there and watch
Laugh
it.
at them.
There's an article in the New York Post today that says, big picture of me, and it says, I'd kick Dave's butt, Stern. And, that's so not what I was talking about.
They're trying to rile things up.
Yeah, it's John
Nothing
Minnelli again,
going
looking for,
on.
because there's nothing to write about. So it's like, it's another one of those articles about how I say I'd kick everyone's ass in late night, but then they have to go, well, that show he just did, with its compilation of each, that didn't kick anyone's ass.
That didn't work.
Yeah, it's like, well, it wasn't my idea, stupid. Of course it didn't work. Oh, man. But, my point isn't, I don't hate Dave Letterman. I like Dave Letterman. He's a good dude.
You just would go on and shake up late night television.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. There's a whole bunch of people that go... They interviewed a whole bunch of people on Channel 9. They go, Howard Stern better not come to late night TV. We want Dave. And I'm like, stupid, you'll have Dave, but you'd have me too. He'd be on ABC. I'd be on CBS.
I don't think that would work.
Yeah, that won't work.
Like
okay?
my TV would go dark.
He goes, no. And one guy goes, we're going to boycott him, and we're going to boycott all his sponsors. I'm like, why? What did I do to you?
Yeah.
I'm
if
doing
you're
it.
so awful, why the big push to get you away?
Yeah.
Stern replaced Letterman? Think again.
AP, right. AP, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Howard?
Hey, man.
I work at a Kmart on Long Island.
Yeah.
And I think I know what happened to your thumb.
What happened to my thumb?
Well, you came in the other day and you wanted to do something nice for your daughter and get her a fishing pole. And I assume that you might have, trying to get the tag off. Cut your thumb, maybe cut the tendon.
Yeah, like Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah, you just better be careful. Don't let it get infected.
Yeah. No, I'm going to start my own magazine and put my thumb on the cover.
Well, your life mate can lie on the floor of the intensive care unit.
Yeah.
Hey, can I start your question?
It's so dumb. Yeah, don't worry, that won't happen. I'm not letting that
Can I start
happen.
your question, bro?
Sure.
Hey, Artie, when you received from your whore, did she make you wear a condom?
No.
You what?
First of all, no. Yeah.
You dumb, skinny, dago wop.
Really? You did it without a rubber?
No, yeah. Well, that's another thing that makes me look dumber. Because that should have been an obvious...
Boy, I tell you something. You guys are so brave. I wear a rubber.
He wears a rubber to work.
Yeah, I mean.
No, I'm saying she did use one.
Oh, she did.
Yeah. Which makes it obvious that she was probably, but I still didn't think I was getting charged for it.
Whoa. You think because a chick makes you wear a rubber, she's a hooker?
No. For oral.
Oh, for oral.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's like a sign.
Oh, I thought you were saying you didn't wear a rubber.
Right.
No. I did for everything.
Oh, you did?
Oh, okay.
Of course, for everything. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if a chick's giving you oral with a rubber, you know she's professional.
Yeah,
but I
'cause
still
what
thought,
chick would know to do that?
Right, and that made my head go off. But I said I'm still free.
Until you
That was
found
wrong.
out.
That was
Yeah,
wrong.
no, you wear a rubber. Hey, you got to wear rubber. Joe, you're on the air. Let's go to Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
Hey, man.
Hey,
I knew it
Joe.
was too good to be true.
What's that?
Oh, I think about 9/11, everything in relation to 9/11.
Yeah, right.
And you're crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. You know what? I had such a good attitude about this thumb thing.
I think it was the drugs.
You know, it's. I'll tell you what's getting me down. I have like a body narcissism. I like to stay in shape. I like to be thin. I just was doing good in the gym. You know what I mean? I was going every day. I was working out. I was doing good. And now I got this
But
stupid...
this is your M.O. You always do something where you have to stop.
Yeah.
Your eye used to hurt when you ran.
No, but I do but I worked all through that stuff. This is something I had no control over.
No, you've done it all along.
No.
Groin injuries. Whenever you get into
I've been
that
working out for the
zone,
last 2
hold
years
it.
without injury.
Zone.
Oh,
You
stop
said
it.
it the other day. I'm feeling really good. This is great. Boom. What happens? Now you can't work out.
Yeah, I can't because Marco dropped weights on my thumb. Yeah, I think it's a little different.
He didn't even drop him. He shoved him in.
Shoved him onto me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know you shouldn't have been there.
I shouldn't have been in the gym. So now I'm just pissed off, you know. And I admit it. I was doing good for a day. Now I'm just an angry son of a bitch.
You always are. You're always an angry son.
I know.
Yeah, he thinks we haven't heard the anger.
I thought I was doing better.
Just in here bragging about what a new person you are.
Yeah, I was all happy, but I'm still the same angry son of a bitch.
Oh, dear.
Yeah,
Rosie's goofing on you big time right now.
I bet. All right, thanks, man.
Hey, love you, Howard.
Bye.
Well, it didn't stop her from working out.
Yeah. See, she doesn't care when she hurt her hand because it doesn't affect her lifestyle.
Her workout was not effective.
She had an excuse to be fat.
She put herself on the cover of her magazine.
Yeah, she
That's
turned
right.
it into something.
She became a cover girl.
Yeah.
No makeup and an infected thumb. Rosie O'Donnell. Okay.
Anyway, I got to take a break. When we come back, we got a big show for you today. Let me see what's happening. Beetlejuice stopping by. Roger Ebert stopping by to play the gossip game with us.
Fresh off of what kind of... He's got cancer, right?
Yeah, cancer, and I found out some stuff about Roger Ebert you didn't know.
Really?
Yeah. I'll tell you all about that. It's pretty interesting, actually. He's going to come by and talk about some of the movies and stuff. Hopefully none of those art
He
films.
can still watch movies while fighting a deadly disease.
He's got the kind of job and the kind of look. He can do his job.
His workout was not effective.
Yeah, I mean, nothing affects him.
Yeah. I brought in a couple of Hostess cupcakes for Roger. I was thoughtful.
Roger is some kind of nerd, though. I mean, I was watching him on TV last night talking about his cancer, and he had like the big thick glasses on with the round thick glasses, like Coke bottles.
Coke bottle glasses.
And he's heavy.
You
And
can't even see his eyes. His glasses are so thick.
his lips are all fishy.
Fishy.
Yeah, I mean he's.
Looks like he's looking through an
Yeah.
aquarium.
Yeah. I mean the guy. He doesn't care about his look. That's for sure. He does not care.
You think? Never mind.
And he still
What?
wears like those band
You asked
blazers
me.
and a V-neck sweater.
If he was thin, would he be better looking?
I don't know, but he just doesn't care. Yeah, he wears the worst fat guy clothes.
Yeah, he wears like right exactly like a V-neck sweater and a band blazer.
Right.
Yeah, I mean he just doesn't
Why
care.
wrap the fat in? It's like taking
Yeah.
in saran wrap.
At least he's like, you know what? I'm fat. I don't need to dress nicely. But he doesn't even try to hide his fat. You know, sometimes if you wear like a nice black suit.
Yeah, or you could be a cool fat guy.
Right.
He's not
Right.
the cool fat guy.
He walked in here one summer with those sandals that guys wear, the fag sandals with the open toes.
Oh.
And I was like, what are you doing?
Really?
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah, he's
I can imagine
yeah,
that.
he is uber geek.
Yeah, but even after he became very, very famous, there was no makeover.
Right.
It makes me look like
He
a young
stayed
Elvis.
The same.
He looks like a college professor at one of those really crappy little colleges. Fred, what was that college you went to?
Manchester Community.
Yeah, like at Manchester Community College. You know what I mean?
Walked in
Like one of those little 2-year colleges.
carrying his lunch in a bag.
You know?
And the briefcase with the papers coming all out.
Yeah. Real egghead.
Test on Monday.
We got to weigh him again today. We'll do the over-under. We could lightening his weight.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that'll
the
be
guy
great.
hasn't been able to
How
work
much
out.
fun?
It's not fair.
Hey, more the better. That'll be fun.
What do you think, real quick, under over on his weight?
Ooh.
We've weighed him before. What did you weigh last time? I almost don't want to know.
I think he weighed like 270, right, or something?
I don't know.
Somewhere in there, don't you think?
It was
260
something. 260 something.
That much?
Yeah.
260 something?
Oh, absolutely. He's got to be 260 something at least, Howard.
So if he had cancer, he might actually weigh less.
You think cancer took weight off of him or put it on?
Do I think what?
Cancer took weight off of him or put it on?
Probably took it off.
Really?
Because when they treat it, isn't it hard to eat?
And not for Roger.
No, you think he ate? He's the only guy who could
He
eat.
right through chemo.
You know what he does that I love? He always complains that our scale is 10 pounds off.
Right, right.
Yeah.
His scale's messed up.
That's funny.
On his scale, he's
Just
lying.
imagine him having to force feed because he's getting the radiation.
Well, sometimes they put you on cancer medication that makes you fat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
He probably went the other way. Most people lose weight, but not him.
He chews through the pain.
Can I have some of that fattening medication with mayonnaise?
Yeah.
He puts
All right.
mayonnaise on it.
Let me take a break. We're going to see Roger today, and Beetlejuice is going to stop by. What is it, John? I'm trying to get to the break.
I know. I'm just telling you about Ebert. A year and a half ago, he claimed to be 257 pounds.
Right.
So
But
that's,
Well, we
didn't
weighed
weigh
him.
no, I don't think we did. According to the log, we didn't.
Right.
So that should be the.
So what do you think? You think he's more or less?
It's more. Everyone gains 5 pounds a year.
Everyone.
I was thinking, well, whoever guesses, maybe we should do a little pool.
Although, do you think the cancer is like
Yeah,
eating
that's
away at
the
his
question.
body?
The cancer is the
Why don't we make
factor.
it
Cancer's the X factor.
make it 260, the under-over, and we can lightning it?
There you go.
Oh, lightning it with what?
Well, just, $50 a pound.
I'm going higher.
You want the over? $50 a pound.
Wait a second. I'm not sure how this all works. We'll do this when we come back, right after these words.
Hey now.
Robin's wearing her bifocals. You know what? I started wearing my bifocals yesterday, and they're great. I should get mine out.
I try to, I read the newspapers, so I can't see it anymore in the dark.
Are those bifocals or just
They're trifocals.
trifocals?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you look smart.
So funny looking at you with glasses.
I know.
Really?
I feel really odd with something on my face like that.
Yeah. Think how odd I feel.
Something on his hand. And
Look what
arm
I have.
and face.
Man, you can burn ants with those things. You could start a fire on Survivor.
I'm set.
You watch,
Take me to the island.
What'd you watch last night? Did you watch Survivor?
I did watch Survivor, but I was going to talk to you about that. I'm having a problem
What?
trying to get through it.
Really? I liked it. I'm glad they kicked off that old woman.
Yeah,
She was
both
annoying.
the old women are annoying as hell.
Yeah, they should just throw the old people off immediately because they're going to get voted off
The
anyway.
old guys can sometimes be funny, but
Yeah.
the old women are always awful
They're crotchety.
and nagging.
And how much do you hate that good-looking chick who doesn't do anything?
Oh, she's funny.
But I don't want her thrown off.
No, she is funny.
See, that's the problem. The interesting people get thrown off.
And they almost threw her off last night.
Yeah.
It was between her and the nagging woman.
And that black guy ain't long for the world
Forget
either.
about him.
Boy, is
He
he
can't
angry.
even play the game because he's constantly concerned about being black.
How's he a teacher?
Well, what do you think the kids are learning?
Boy, what an angry guy. What a chip on his shoulder.
There's only one good-looking chick.
Yeah, well, no, actually, there's a real smoking chick with dark hair. I don't know which.
Yeah, she's sort of been flying low, hasn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah, but she's the hot chick.
What did they start with, 16?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's hard to differentiate at this point because there's so many people.
I watched
Can't even tell the
Friends.
tribes apart.
If Jennifer Aniston isn't really pregnant,
She certainly looks it.
she looks horrible.
She is
She
either
looks as-
losing her looks or she's pregnant.
Yeah, she looks as horrible as a pregnant woman.
I said that last night. She's big, and her face has changed.
She's pregnant.
They would have let us know by now that she's pregnant.
She's
already.
pregnant.
Yeah.
I
Trust
understand.
me.
Why
She's
isn't
got to be
there an
5-6 months
announcement?
by now.
I don't know. I didn't get my announcement.
You didn't get a flyer?
No. And I watched that show and, Friends.
Yeah, I watched that last night. It was good.
It was good, yeah. That's a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got it down to a science, Yesterday, Gary and Scott the Engineer, Baba Booey and Scott the Engineer had another fight out in the halls, and fortunately the E-camera was there.
Oh, thank goodness.
So we have it. I can play it for you, but it's always the same fight.
What are they carrying on about?
All right, let me explain it to you. See if you find this interesting. When we go on vacation, they play the Best of Stern.
Right.
In order to get the Best of Stern on the air, Scott has to take the tapes and transfer them over, and prepare Best of Stern. I don't know. It doesn't seem like all that big a deal, but I guess when you get into the hours that they have to get into, it takes a long time for Scott to do it. So Gary goes down there every time. It's the same stupid argument and says, Scott, is best of being worked on? And Scott will go, no. And then Gary yells at Scott, and Scott yells back at Gary. So I said to Gary, why is this your problem? This is Tom Chisano's problem. Why? He goes, well, Tom sides with Scott.
Oh, really?
I go, in what way? He goes, well, he got Scott some help with some other people. Like Lewis, our board op?
Yeah.
He said, and Lewis can get overtime and put together best of. But then Scott, I guess Lewis starts to do best of during his regular hours that we need him to do work. What's going on? I don't understand. Where's Chiasano? Why are you dealing with this?
And
what happens?
Because at one point I said to Tom, I said, listen, Tom, this is not my headache. I don't manage these guys. In other words, I don't manage engineers.
He's the
just trying to get some work done.
And Tom says, best of is your problem. And I'm like, no, I pull the material. I tell him what I want.
Why do you have to worry about it after that?
I don't know why.
Don't worry about it.
And what happens with Scott gets so upset because he feels he doesn't have enough resources. And I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I'm sick of hearing it. You and Richie and Tom go hash it out.
And why is Tom let Tom deal with Scott?
Well, yeah, but so what happens is the reason why Scott blows up at me is because I say I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to know about your hours.
Right, you have your problems. He has his problems.
Right. This is the assignment.
Yeah. And really, Tom ought to address this. Get Scott some help with this if that's the problem. Instead of making Gary deal with it.
But Tom does want best of. He acts as if Gary's doing this for his own benefit.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. And then Scott gets mad, and Gary. It's the same stupid argument over and over and over again.
I do have to say that I don't start with the profanities.
And Scott is angry for a lot of reasons other than best of.
Well, yeah. You don't have to rub very hard for Scott to start.
And then Scott goes berserk, and he goes berserk because it has nothing to do with best of.
Pent up.
Yeah,
it was a bad week anyway. But sometimes Gary doesn't even push your button. He holds it down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, what is your beef in all of this?
Well, my beef is Gary wants me to be in charge of best of.
Okay.
Not in charge of it, just in charge of producing it.
Right.
I'm in charge of pulling it and scheduling. You just have to get it done.
My thing is, I'm not a manager. Okay, I'm not in charge of anybody.
Right.
I can't tell people what to do. I can ask them.
But it's your.
So why don't you go to Tom?
I did.
Why you go to Gary? What did Tom do?
Tom was like, well, I'll talk to Gary and I'll talk to Richie and we'll work it out.
So what was his answer? So how did you work it out?
We didn't yet. It was supposed to be a meeting Monday.
Tom is a boob.
But you know,
this has been going on now for 20 years.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. He can't. And what he does is he kicks it back to Baba Booey.
Or somebody else who can't really do anything about it.
See, I disagree too. See, it was always Scott's job to do. Scott said he couldn't handle it.
Right.
So when Scott said he's not a manager, it's his job to go say, hey, listen, I'm overwhelmed. I need some assistance.
Right.
But he's saying, I don't, you know.
I've done that.
The way the fight started was, I said, Scott, how's best of going? And he goes, I don't know. That makes me crazy.
I go, I don't know.
You don't know.
He doesn't know.
No.
I said, you got to monitor.
Well, you should know. That's your job.
I just say, I don't know, but Lewis is working on stuff this week.
In other words, if you have to manage getting it done because it's really your job to do, but if you can't do it and other people do it, that's fine.
Even if you have to delegate it, you have to oversee it because ultimately it's your responsibility.
You have to say, oh my gosh, best of's coming up in a month and we don't have enough. But Scott doesn't think that's his job.
No, I have been doing that.
Let me hear the argument. Here's the argument.
This is great.
You know what I want? What it is? But Scott, Lewis was hired here to do his. Wait a second. Listen to me. Lewis was hired to do transfers of stuff in there, which he is not doing. Which Howard is up my ass royally about because he's constantly working on best stuff for you.
You don't want to know about that.
I don't want to know because it's your job to know it. I don't have to know. How did you get it done before I had to know? In other words, I didn't always have to know. You dragged my ass.
I got it done before.
Right.
There wasn't as much.
Right. I got you. So then
let me finish.
I know what it is because it's the same song.
No, let me finish.
It's the same song. Go to Richie and tell. In other words, if you can't get it done because you're overworked, I don't want to hear it. If you can't get it done because you're overworked, go to Richie and you need more help.
If you don't respect what I have to say, you.
You can't do. You couldn't get your job done if you like depended on it. Now he's following me down the hall.
I knew the
Gary, you can take it and shove it up your ass.
What?
Oh. Take what?
Best of? Everything.
Well, and was it even the last argument about? Oh, that was the one with get the camera out of my face.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah,
so, Howard, every argument Scott and I've ever had, we've never argued about anything.
It's only
but
best of.
It's always best of. That was about best of also.
Always best
of.
It's
nothing else but best of.
Wow. Play that one.
I told you not to use the goddamn tape.
Scott,
did I say don't use the tape? Get out of my way.
I told you.
Get out of my way. I would have never let you come if I knew you were going to use the tape. No f***ing way, Genji. Now stay out of my face.
Scott, I told you.
Get out of my face. Get the camera out of here.
Scott,
Out of here.
I love it.
Turn it off. Get out.
Rage.
No, I have to tell you
I
one
think
thing.
that was the steroids.
You know what? I saw recently that I hadn't seen in a long time that actually made me really fearful of Scott.
What?
The push-ups episode was on E.
Oh, yeah.
And Scott
That's
was
a great
leaning
one.
over the console going,
I think Scott worked hard.
I feel bad for you. You're wilting on the bench.
No, I'm not.
Come on, man. Let's do it.
Let's do what?
Let's do it.
What do you want to do?
Hold on, wait a minute. 1 second. Howard.
Are you out of your mind?
Howard, hold on.
Oh, you're out of your mind. Why? I don't think
Calm
you did
down.
it.
You have a heart attack.
You didn't do it.
The judge does. You don't decide.
The judge says no.
The judge said 19 right now. 19.
hey, can I ask you a
That was
question?
the steroid time.
No, seriously, can I ask you a question? Be
Both
honest.
at the same time.
Were you taking anything at all, even if it was like one of those enhancing
Yeah,
drugs?
I was taking creatine.
Man, you stay away from that.
Yeah, that's no good.
It's not good for you. Stay fat.
Stay
you
away from-
smoke.
That's no good.
Stay away from the creatine.
Blow whistle once. If it wasn't a push-up, you would have blown it more. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wait, he said.
Hey, I'm leaving.
Leave.
I know it. You gotta pay off.
And we did.
Yep, we paid right up.
Well, that anger works.
I am nonviolent, though.
No, you're not.
No one believes that.
Scott's like a bookie.
That's not entirely,
Physically.
That's not entirely true because the last fight, not this one, but the one before, Scott hurled some reels at me.
Oh.
Wow.
Remember that one?
No, but I won't hurt anybody.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to hit me. But
No,
he
I
did.
was
You know, Jason Williams didn't want to kill that guy.
Yeah,
He was screwing around.
Just happened.
sorry, I was twirling those reels and they hit you.
Those reels can't hit someone in the head and kill him. Yeah, what's up?
Scott once threw a phone at me.
Well, you know what? I got to tell you something.
He's not violent.
I think I would have thrown a phone at you if you did to him.
Oh, was that where you taped his phone down?
Yeah.
But it wasn't just once. It was, after about a dozen times.
Yeah,
I
that was
taped my
the
phone.
12th time.
There was a period of time where John it was his daily mission to annoy Scott for a full hour.
Right.
Hey, Howard, but I think Scott, you don't think Gary respects you, That's not the.
Well, he said that.
Sometimes I feel that way. Yeah.
I do respect you, but I just want you're dragging me into something that's not my business.
See, I don't. See, he's the producer of the show.
No. Here's the deal.
That-
Scott comes to. Gary comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
Scott. Gary comes to you and he says, "Okay, here are the best of tapes.
Right.
Produce them."
Right.
After that, he doesn't care how you get it done. That's your job. If you do it, fine.
But
Louis
you're
does
in
it.
charge of them.
Then he comes back to you and says, "Scott, is the job done?" And then you go, "I don't know." When you say, "I don't know," there's trouble.
Right. I should have said, we're working on it.
People got your help. Right. You should have said, "We're working on it, and here's where we're at."
Yeah, we
Louis
have
is
this
doing.
much done.
We have 7 hours done with 3 to go.
That's what I want to hear. We need 15. I've got 9 done. We'll get 6 done in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But
you're so angry about your work and your life. This goes beyond your work. You're just angry about how things have turned out in general, your hair, everything.
How his hair's turned out.
Have you ever yelled at anybody else like that, like say at bowling or anything?
Do you ever yell at your wife like that?
No, I've never yelled at my wife like
Really?
that.
No.
I get mad.
Maybe
but
you
not
need
like,
to.
Not like that. I go crazy at bowling sometimes.
You do?
Scott Saylor,
I-
bowling.
yeah, like last week
What happened?
I kicked the ball return.
Oh, that's a common thing.
And the thing went flying across the lanes.
And you know what he's talking about? I bowled for a lot of years. When where the ball comes back?
Yeah.
It's like these two plexiglass pieces that cover where the hole is.
Right.
And if you kick it hard enough, it'll fall off.
It's a cover that covers the ball
Yeah, it's a cover.
return.
I've seen people kick that off.
So you kicked it off?
Yeah. Everybody was like, "What are you doing, man?"
Well, why would you be mad at bowling?
Well,
he didn't get a
What did
strike.
the ball
right?
do?
No, I threw a perfect ball. And you get it, what's called the 10-pin wrap, and it was for the game. It was if it was a strike, we win the game.
Right.
And it was 9 pins.
Hey, just out of curiosity, if you won the game, then what happened?
Wait. I don't understand. What went
He
wrong?
threw a perfect ball,
And what
and
happened?
only 9 pins fell.
Well, that's the game.
Is
You
it
didn't,
10?
obviously, it wasn't a perfect
Well,
ball.
there's something called a 10-pin wrap.
Scott, sorry it wasn't a perfect ball.
What's a 10-pin wrap?
When the ball is buried in the pocket, the 1-3 pocket,
Fag.
and everything goes down the way it should, except that the 6-pin goes around the 10 instead of hitting it down.
So-
It's called the 10-pin wrap.
Yeah, Howard.
which is
The
pretty
ball
common. Which is
return-
pretty common.
I don't understand something. Either you get a strike or you don't.
You know, he's saying that the ball was
It's
wrong.
the ball's fault.
The ball was
So you were mad at the ball? I'm serious. I mean, what were you mad at?
I was just mad that it didn't go down. In 99% of the cases, a ball like that, it would have been a strike.
So who were you angry with?
I was just angry that we didn't win the game. I was angry at me. I mean,
I see. I think you were angry with the ball.
No. I was just angry because
Well, why didn't you kick yourself?
a strike wins the game.
Dirty stinking ball.
If you would have won the game, what do you get? Like, what's the big prize?
All his buddies will carry them on his
No, it's
shoulder.
over a season.
No, I got you.
It's over a season. You get a certain amount of points.
He gets a case of Bud
But do you win
Bottle.
money at the end, or is it just trophies?
Yeah.
How is this important to you?
The end of the year, you win money.
I thought you
which
did
is always
this for
important.
fun.
Yeah.
You have a job.
It's a money
already.
league. I mean, it's a money league.
Because this is the one thing he excels at, I guess. And so, like, even in carrying on about it, makes it more about him, you know?
How about the fact that September 11th he went to bowling?
Yes.
And was
Yeah.
mad
That's
it
right,
was
he
still
never
without.
missed.
Yeah, listen to this.
always
The World Trade Center is gone. We're under attack. Nobody knows. And put yourself. All right, now you're looking at
Everybody's
it.
gone home. The buses aren't running. Nothing's.
Nobody knows what's going on. There might be another terrorist attack.
Everything is shutting down.
Robin
People are with their families. This guy, he goes, I got to go bowling. We're like, Scott, there's no bowling. There's a terrorist attack going on.
What
No
are you
one.
going to do? I'm going
I have my bowling league.
I wasn't the
tonight.
only idiot that showed up either.
If I don't bowl, the terrorists have won. Yes.
You know what? It's the only equivalent.
And like he was driving, and there was checkpoints and stops. And I don't care. I got to go bowling.
CNN gets on and says, if you're in a bowling league in Paramus, go ahead.
Yeah, you know,
it's the
they
only thing
announce
open.
And of course he
The
gets
lane
there.
closings, please.
And of course he gets there in the bowling. Of course there's no bowling league. It's
Believe
9/11.
it. When he said, I'm going bowling,
Yeah.
They released my
doing
strikes.
that? I really thought somebody was going to stop him. But he goes, he grabbed his bag because he's got the special bag with his ball in it.
No,
You got a
already
special
there.
bag.
It's a-
How did you get this? Your special bowl? Was it given as a gift?
No, I bought it.
You bought it.
You get your fingers measured.
And you get it
You
drilled
pick your
and all
color.
that, yeah.
You get your fingers measured.
Yep.
Today's top story is the World Trade Center's gone and Scott Salem gets a 10-pin wrap.
Yeah.
Did you did you scrape the yellow off your fingers when you?
Yeah.
For the measurement.
bad.
They not only measure the girth of your fingers, but they measure your span.
I see.
So you get the perfect
That's
The whole
good.
thing. From the
I got a strike. Wait a second.
And I told you, he gave me the smoke mobile, and there was something rolling around in the back of it. That was an extra ball.
It was a spare ball.
So Robin goes home with Scott because she figures she can get back to her house from Jersey easier because her driver had left. So she says. So Scott dumps her off.
Wait, I didn't want to dump her.
You dumped her at a mall in Jersey.
I did.
Why?
I said, why don't you come back? No. I'll call Mr. X and he'll come and get me and I'll be fine. I'll just go shopping. You know, and I could tell at that point she's like, in no way does she want to come to my house.
Right.
You know, so I wasn't going to push her.
So then all of a sudden Mr. X can't get there. So Robin borrows Scott's car, but it's his smoke car.
Yeah.
Because he's only allowed
Well,
to smoke
that's
in
the
one
same car he was driving us home in, and Steve Freed and I are in the car, and we're both the windows. It's cold. We got the windows rolled down so we can breathe.
Is he smoking in the car?
No, he's
I
not
didn't
smoking.
smoke.
But there's so much smoke. The car is just smoke at this point.
Stinks.
The interior is all smoke.
And you know what's funny? You know that Steve.
My smoking car. Who cares? I didn't know you two would be in it.
And you know that Steve has like a bronchial problem to begin with.
Right.
That being in the smoke car is only going to make it worse.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's why I didn't smoke, you know, on the way home.
Oh, it's very courteous of you.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
his
we're
car
freezing.
reeks so bad that you have to roll down the windows.
Yeah, we've got our heads out.
Wow.
Some people have a smoking jacket. He has a smoking
Just think
jacket.
about it. He's got like, he's a professional smoker and a professional bowler.
Bowler. Right.
Yeah, two things
That's
you can
it.
do at once.
Two things
The only place you could go smoke.
Two things that do nothing to improve your health.
Scott is in the only sport in the entire world where you can smoke while you do
The
it.
only place in the world where you can smoke in public.
Well,
Is there anything
softball's
you
kinda
have to
like
do to prepare to bowl?
No.
You
Like,
scratch?
do you do any kind of like finger
Stretching.
exercises?
No, I do. I practice game before the league.
What do you do? Do you do any
Smoke-
stretching
smoke-
or
no stretching or anything.
is there any rituals you go
There's
through?
nothing athletic involved.
Do you
Is
go
this-
by that blower and let it blow on your finger?
Oh yeah, the blower. You gotta use the blower.
And you have a special bag, right?
I have a rosin bag and a towel.
Right. So you bought like accoutrements.
Do you have a,
Oh,
do you
yeah.
have a, do you have a what do you call that? The thing you put on your hand. It's a brace. Do you have a
No,
hand
I don't
brace?
use a brace.
No, don't need it.
Too good for a brace.
No carpal tunnel.
Can I ask you one other? What's the average order when you bowl? Like, what do you order to eat while you bowl?
I don't eat.
You don't eat at
I
all?
just drink water and
Concentrate.
and smoke.
He's pretty serious.
I'm in my zone.
Because usually bowlers, as soon as they get there,
I'm
they
in my
order
bowling zone.
Oh, believe me,
Fries
he
and burgers.
eats.
fries and burgers.
Believe me, he eats.
No, I don't. I swear, I don't eat.
What do you eat before you go?
I don't even eat. Usually the night I bowl, I don't eat dinner.
Right.
Yeah.
Too nervous. Too nervous.
Too nervous.
Jumpy.
Yeah.
I don't want to get the trots.
But
I got to
let
be
me tell you,
lightweight.
He did not want to part with that car. When his wife said, give her the car and let her go home, he did not want to part with the car.
So you drove...
Because that's the only place he gets to smoke.
So you drove the smoking car.
Oh, I had every window in the thing
retired.
down.
The car's been retired.
Howard, though, if you think about bowling, there's no defense. It never changes.
Right.
It's not a sport. It's
It's
just,
not.
Really, if
It's
people
not.
call it
It's a game.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't say it was a sport. I like doing it. Something that one of the things I'm pretty good at. So
The World Trade Center's gone. I'm going bowling.
Scott, please don't leave. The family is very nervous. The World Trade Center's gone. I'm sorry, I have a commitment to my bowling league.
Screw you.
Screw you.
It's my league.
He's so angry.
I'm going to smoke on my way to bowling.
Did the thought ever cross your mind that it might not happen, or did you just figure business as usual that night?
No, the thought crossed my mind.
And then you put it right out?
Usually they would call you.
They call everybody, but
They
you.
were
But the phones were out.
They were busy.
No, the phones are working.
They were calling victims, families victims. Victims' families.
That was stupid of me. I admit that. That was pretty dumb.
It was stupid.
I can't believe they canceled it.
9/11, I'm picturing Scott with a bowling ball strapped to him. Passing the National Guard checkpoints. What's that rattling around in your trunk? Open up your trunk, sir. So you were driving the Smokemobile home and you heard something rattling around?
I said, I know there's a body back there. I'm not going to.
And what do you hear? Boom, 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 boom.
Because the ball's just out loose, rolling from side to side whenever you make a turn.
Maybe it was a homeless person that he hit. He's still trapped there.
Oh, my goodness.
You're like a nervous wreck. You're driving the Smokemobile. You're trying to get home from Jersey.
Yeah.
There's stop points all over. And every time you make a turn, you start hearing that dull thud.
That's
Boom.
right. What is that?
What does he put in the trunk? You open it up when you get home, and it's a bowling ball.
bowling ball.
How fitting.
Could be a bomb.
The saddest thing. It's the saddest life I've ever seen out of anyone.
No, it's not.
At my unhappiest, my life was happier than yours.
The slump-shouldered look when he walked in after finding out the bowling game had been
I
canceled.
was devastated.
What's wrong, Scott?
That's my, weekly
It
night
was
out.
canceled.
I wasted my time. I could have been doing so many other
He
important
wasn't
things.
as upset about the buildings as he was upset about that being canceled.
I now realize our world has changed as we knew it.
Right.
It's had a terrible
When bowling
effect.
gets canceled, you're a big trouble.
Wow. Well, bowling's his one opportunity to get out of the house.
Yeah. Oh, he was devastated.
Yeah. He was probably just happy to get out and even go to see if bowling was happening.
Because that's a chance to have a cigarette.
So did you have your resin bag and everything with you?
Resin.
No, I get a locker at the lanes. Everything's there.
You got a locker?
I got a locker.
See, that's a sign.
You have a locker at the bowling alley.
That's a sign of a hardcore bowler.
How many days a week do you go?
Once. Just once.
So why a locker? Can't you carry your stuff?
Yeah, it's all rolling around in the trunk, isn't it?
It must be.
No, that was the spare one. That was the
It's a spare ball.
The old
You'd have to keep that in his locker.
That was the old ball.
I could do 10 hours on figuring out his.
That whole day was just an amazing day.
So what do you keep? Yeah, what do you keep in your locker?
Just my ball. The bag.
And your
There's
shoes.
a bag with the shoes and the ball and the towel and the rosin bag.
And what's that cost you? What's the space cost you?
Oh, it's like $15 a year.
$15 a year.
Yeah.
But he's a member.
Are you a member of the bowling alley?
No.
Are you very popular at the bowling alley? Like, do people look up to you there because of your skills?
No.
I'm serious.
No.
Do you have a lot of patches?
modest.
Do you get a lot of patches? When you hit certain milestones, you get a patch.
I have a lot. I have trophies from years and years ago.
But have you ever had a 600 series? You get a patch for that?
Yeah. 600, 700.
And what
did you get a
is
patch
the
for?
big thing at the end of the year where they give out all the awards?
Well, that's for where you came in. But a 600 series means that you both, when you bowl in a league, you bowl 3 games. That means you both.
Look at him staring at me, all proud of
Right.
this.
This is my
He knows.
In one session, you bowled 3 games over 200. Now he's had a 700 series. That means you've bowled 3 games over 230, 230 each, 233 each.
230.
700 series is big.
Look at the look on his face. That's the first time I've seen him look proud.
And you get a patch for that.
I'm a pro.
See,
Get a patch
let me
and I got
see you do it.
I got a plaque for a 290 game and
290.
And that's what he's screaming about.
That's a good game, Howard.
Yeah.
He's screaming about when that ball didn't hit that pin.
my life was over.
Come on down to the line.
That's part of his yearly average.
Do you subscribe to anything like a bowling magazine?
No, not at all.
Do you read about bowl? Do you read? Where can you read about bowling?
I don't.
You don't
I don't
have
care.
to.
I mean, I'm not into.
You don't care.
I just like doing it. It's fun.
How did you know, like, how to get like the special bag and Like you,
I've been bowling since I'm 8 years old.
I'm like Robert Redford in The Natural.
if kids start bowling at 8, you know they're going to end up like Scott.
I'd rather have my kids start smoking.
Well, he did that.
I've been bowling since I'm 8. I know. It's like a.
Of course,
I'm like Robert Redford in The Natural. You know what I would do if we still had that Channel 9 show? I produce like this week. I'd go right into production, like The Natural, except Scott is a bowling guy, and his chick's coming on to him,
and on his
There's
ball.
a girl trying to lure him away and take away his talent.
No.
And he kicks up the special.
and he's a lightning bolt on his ball.
And it's a
Wonder Ball.
And then that last game, he's internally bleeding, but he's bowling.
Yeah.
I can't use green balls
No,
because
in the last game, he eats a bad pizza.
Yeah.
And he's he's got the runs.
And instead of Kim Basinger, it's some real fat Jersey waitress at a diner. Is like, are you going to be the best ever, Scott? Yeah.
And at the bowling alley, Scott's like Brad Pitt, you know. It's like, everyone loved him.
Well,
That's
he might
another
toss
place.
his hair, but he doesn't have it.
That's like OTB.
You might have to wear a toupee for the movie.
If you're tooling around the television or the satellite or whatever, and you come across bowling on TV, will you watch it?
Yes.
probably.
Of course. Of course. I have to see what other people are up to.
Do you know who the famous bowlers are on the Pro Tour?
Not at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
I used to.
He knows. Trust me, he knows.
No, I don't. I mean, I used to.
And
keep
trust
up-
me, he's reading about bowling somewhere.
I know. I used to keep up with it years and years
You
ago.
never read a bowling book or a magazine?
How do you keep up with the innovations?
There are none.
No, I
know
talk to
he
the guys. The guys.
There
that
are
bowl.
none.
You know.
You talk to what, the guys at the alley?
Yeah, if
Do
I
they
want
know a lot about
to get a
bowling?
new ball, I talk to the guys and I go, you know, what do you use and what do you like, and then I go into the pro shop that every ball.
What kind of ball do you have?
Yeah, what do they make now? What's
I have-
the best ball?
I have a ball called the Rock.
What's it made of?
Polyurethane.
Polyurethane ball.
I used to make them out of rubber. Now they're made out of polyurethane because
The top of the ball looks very much like my head.
Where's another one?
the most lanes aren't made out of wood anymore. They're synthetic.
Is there a pro bowler that you admire most?
Chris Schenkel.
No, he's the announcer.
Yeah, who do you admire
Well, he
most?
bowls as well,
Well, at this
Robin.
point, I don't follow it like I used to follow. I mean, the big guys when I followed it were probably 10 years ago. Earl Anthony, who just died. Mark Roth, Marshall Holman. Those are the big guys when I was following it. Pete Weber, which is Dick Weber's
Scott's
son.
into like he's into race car driving too. He's into all sports where you don't have to move your body.
Any sport that you sit on.
You see what he just said? Like you were supposed to know. He said Pete Weber, who's of course Dick Weber's son.
Well, Dick Weber, everybody
Of
knows.
course.
And you know what the race car drivers rap is?
Of course.
The
Yeah.
race car drivers rap is when those guys do a race, they lose like 20 pounds during a race.
Yeah.
Those
Of
drivers.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, because they're sitting on an engine.
I lose about 5 when I bowl.
Do you?
No way. 5 pounds.
That's every time he drops the ball.
Now, how often do you have your ball
Every time he
cleaned?
puts down his beard.
Yeah, oh, you have to have. I didn't know you have to have your
Yeah,
ball
because you
cleaned.
know what happens is
I
there's
don't-
oil on the
Waxed.
lanes.
I don't clean my ball.
You don't?
Oh,
Just
that's
wipe it with a
his
towel.
secret.
There's
Why not?
oil in the lanes and it comes up onto the ball. I just wipe it off with a rag
After each game?
after each frame.
This is a special.
After each frame?
Yeah.
You wipe your ball down.
Yeah, love wiping my balls.
Oh, can we get video of this? I gotta
E,
see him watch.
You gotta either animate what he's talking about, or go shoot it.
Oh, that's hysterical.
So what do? You what's the ritual? You bowl, then when the ball comes back out of that little machine,
Yeah, the ball rolls down. I mean,
you take your towel.
You wait for your next turn.
Right.
And
Now,
then
where does the towel come from?
He has it in his
I
locker.
have it
Oh,
in
is
my
that your
bag.
own towel?
My
But
own
don't you have to
towel.
take that towel home and launder it so that the oils from the towel don't get on the ball?
I'll take it home occasionally. I mean,
How often?
Once a year.
once a year.
Once a year.
At the end of the year.
But why are you wiping your ball down with a dirty towel? Because then the oils from the towel
No,
get...
it wipes off what
It does?
You know.
There's actual oil on the ball, Howard. It looks like somebody put like oil on
Yeah,
the
but
ball.
if the
they
towel
oil up the
gets
lens too
oily,
Well, what do you do? Is there a spray so you can spray your ball down?
Usually it's just like some alcohol to wipe it off.
Oh.
They used to. They still
important.
have ball cleaning machines which wax the ball.
Right.
On these synthetic lanes that they use today, you don't want a high polished ball because you don't want the ball to slide. You want it to hook.
much. Howard, this
I wanted to grip the alley.
there's a machine.
Right. You know none of this makes a difference.
There's a machine
Of course
that
it does.
you know,
Ridiculous.
I can
It really
walk
does.
in today and bowl as well as
Oh yeah, I'll give you 50 pins.
No, but that's the
yeah?
thing. Wait, 50 pins?
$10,000 right now.
Let's see what
My
Scott's
league
average.
average right now is 198.
That's great.
Wow.
Scott, I'll tell you what. You give me 50 pins, I'll play you.
Ooh.
And I bowled 5 times in my life.
Really?
Bowling's one of those sports I just think you do it for a week and you're just as good as anybody bowling.
Right. Remember when we did the Channel 9 show, we did the bowling show, and I just walked up and bowled a strike? I hadn't bowled my entire life.
Gary the retard can do it.
Yeah?
It's consistency.
Oh, consistent.
Average. That's what
I mean, Like last week, I bowled like crap. I mean, you know, it's
What was your score?
So how many things did you kick that week?
I didn't kick because I was just so frustrated. You get those weeks where your ball and your particular style doesn't fit the lane conditions.
What lane conditions?
What is it raining? What is there, snow on the lane sometimes? The lane conditions.
How is the lane? How did the lane conditions change?
They condition the lanes with
There was
oil.
sleet.
Yeah. Oh, so you think it's not you? You think it's the lane conditions?
Well, it's both. It's depending on how much surface treatment they put on.
So
the
you
lane.
guys will stand around and yell about? Like, do you ever go up and complain to the alley
Oh,
about
the
like?
guys were always complaining about the conditions.
What are you
Always.
doing? There's grease on the lane.
You're not one week there'll be oil.
My ball's hooking. It's not sliding.
Right.
You're
exactly,
using mop and
exactly.
blow, aren't you?
By the way, are you one of those people who has to have it completely quiet when you're ready to throw your ball?
No, not completely quiet, but you usually wait for two guys on your left and right to finish. You don't bowl at the same time. This is called
Nobody
lane
eating any
courtesy.
pizza.
Lane courtesy.
You're such a tool.
I think he's still upset over 9/11.
And what if some wacko like me comes in and doesn't know lane courtesy and bowls at the same time?
Oh, you
you're
smack them
bowling?
around.
We got to have a bowling show.
You get beat up.
Mike, you're on the air.
Howard, what's up, man?
Hey, bro.
Hey, listen to you every day at work, and I want to tell Scott at a bowling match.
Yeah, well, maybe we ought to do that. Maybe we ought to have a bowling match.
I'm not saying I'm the
I'll take
greatest.
50 pins from him. Easy.
Really?
I'd play him for 50 pins.
50 pins is, well, that means if his average 198, you got to bowl 150.
Which, yeah, no
Right.
problem.
You think so?
Yeah, that's more than fair. I mean, 50 pins is a lot.
How much are you going to bet him?
But Scott could bowl a 225. Scott could bowl a 290.
I can also bowl a 150 because
You bowled a 150. Well, what if the lane conditions?
yeah, it depends.
Yeah. What if it's snowing
Come
on
here,
the
Simba.
lane?
Do you go up like to the guy who owns the bowling alley, and do you ever say to him, "Look, lane conditions have been bad for the last couple of weeks. I need to discuss it with
I
you"?
don't do that.
Who does that?
Humidity in
I
this
don't know who does that, but I just
No.
try and
You
deal with
accept lane conditions.
whatever they are. I
Will
try
you
to deal
leave a
with it.
bowling alley if the lane conditions are horrible? Like will you say, "Hey, we got to go look for another bowling alley. This is ridiculous."
No, I bowl in a league in a certain alley, so
Right.
you bowl there. But if I'm going out to bowl for fun outside of a league,
No.
I mean, I don't.
Is there a
I don't
favorite
care.
bowling alley you have because of the lane conditions are consistently good?
No,
No.
they're all the same.
Oh, they are.
The lane most.
Then why were you mad at the lane conditions? You just said that there are certain lane conditions that can affect your game.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
If it's
when they're
greased
not
too
to your
much?
liking,
When
then you're
he's
not
losing.
upset with it. You get upset with it. But,
Right.
I mean, you can't do anything about it.
I see.
When
Have
he's
you ever?
losing, the lane
Yeah.
conditions
Have you ever
are
been
bad.
losing and then said your lane conditions are great? It's just me. Or do you
Oh
just-
yeah.
yeah.
No,
Okay.
like the other night.
Yeah.
The other night, I was just throwing a bad ball. The
Right.
conditions weren't that awful.
My
It
hamstring
was
was
just
They weren't that
tight.
awful.
The conditions. You go ahead.
Howard, I'll
I've never noticed the conditions.
bet him $100 easy because he choke in any competition.
That's what I'm thinking.
Of course I would.
Oh, really?
You put
Yeah,
lights on him.
Scott.
You
course
put
I would
lights on
choke.
Scott.
He can't
Of course I
bowl.
would choke.
I think you would. I really do.
Howard, I want to get in on that.
All right, let me think how we can do this.
Yeah.
Let me just think this through because there's a bit here somewhere. Of
course I would
I just
choke.
want to do the right one. That's all.
You have your own shoes, Scott?
Yeah.
Of course.
You got your own shoes?
Of course, yeah.
What brand
That-
shoes?
well-
Who makes them?
Dexter.
Dexter?
Yeah.
It would be a guy named Dexter.
Yeah.
Mr. Dexter.
Not a
Dexter
cool
makes
guy.
good shoes.
Yeah, he dropped the point from his name.
So, when you make your own shoes, do they put the size on the back or no?
No.
No.
That's how you
What color
can
shoes do
They're
you have?
white. They look like sneakers.
Those are actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'll agree with him because if you rent bowling
Oh,
shoes, at
that's
those, they
embarrassing.
just spray it with that stuff. It's supposed to be clean.
You gotta
Yeah.
have your own shoes.
Oh man.
Right. Well, if you're playing as much as you are.
Yeah, I mean, every week. I mean, this guy's a.
So you play in your league once a week, but how often do you go out to have fun?
I don't.
Do you ever go out with your wife and bowl?
Yeah, we've gone out. You know.
And you got to take your son out, right?
Of course.
Oh, is he
Scott
bowling that too?
No,
Scott
he doesn't.
drink when he bowls?
No, I don't drink.
You ever thought about doing? The big thing in bowling is the father-son league.
No.
No father
My
son.
son, I've taken him bowling, and he doesn't show that much interest in it.
Did you and your wife ever
Good
join
for
the
him.
league?
Son, I don't want to push you in this direction, but
He shows no.
all the Salems have bowls.
Yes.
Dad, I'd rather go to law school.
Yeah.
This is our
No,
sport.
got to be a bowler.
But have you joined a league with your wife?
Yes, that was many years ago, but we have.
Oh, never bowl with your wife.
No,
Why bowl? The whole purpose is to get away from your wife.
I know.
I would bowl.
Did she come to you and say, you know what, you're spending a lot of time with the outlet, let's do an activity together?
Scott must be a fag if he's bowling with his wife.
You're taking your wife to a bachelor
No,
party.
I would bowl with her one night a week, and then I'd go out and bowl my own night with the guys.
But why was she thinking like bowling might be great because you're so involved in it?
No, it was just a night
Whose
out for her,
idea
too.
was it?
I don't know. I think we had friends that were bowling, and they asked us, and we said, "All right, we'll give it."
Do you
a
have a
shot.
lot of friends who bowl? I mean, has it become
His whole
like
life is
have you become close to people who bowl?
No, I don't have a lot of friends.
Bowling parties? At
You don't
somebody's
have
house?
the bowling
No
guys.
bowling.
You go
And how would you
Do you have like do you have a couple that you bowl with sometimes?
No,
Another
not
couple?
anymore.
No.
You're leaving out another big thing that I completely forgot.
Anymore.
Not anymore.
No, we.
I used to have a guy that I bowled with that was, he had a temper. He threw a ball literally 20 feet and almost killed my wife. He just flinged his ball.
Bowling
How
accident.
did
It only
Yes.
aimed harder.
Yeah, you know what else?
Scott's like, you missed.
You know what else we're missing? What color is your league shirt?
I don't have wear any.
You don't wear the league shirt?
No, I
No.
don't.
There's no team
league,
shirt?
we don't have any team shirts or
No?
team outfits.
No,
Okay.
we're like hippies.
Yeah, guy, that's for geeks.
There are some teams.
Yeah, like that's not cool.
There are some teams that guys have all the same shirts.
Right.
Yeah. You don't want that?
No.
Why?
I don't partake in that.
No, that's not cool.
If you use a Dexter ball, you don't do that.
No. The ball's a Columbia Rock. The shoes are Dexter.
Wow.
Now, how do you store the ball between games?
And the bowler is
You put it in a bag?
Put it in a bag.
How come,
Doesn't
how
Columbia
come-
Rock mean Coke?
how come in your car
The spare's
spare
rolling
ball is
around.
rolling around? Why is
That's
that not
that was an
bagged?
old one.
It's not bagged?
That was
I don't
done.
love that
He doesn't
ball.
care about that.
Balls wear out after like.
Why
Well,
keep
how
it?
do you know when the ball is worn out?
No, you have to refrigerate it.
Yeah.
This ball's in the freezer.
I keep.
Once a year.
Why do you keep a spare bad ball?
I just threw it in there.
How do you know when a ball is worn out?
Usually they last about
When you leave solid 10 pins all the
100
time.
games.
100 games.
Really? That's nothing.
You gotta get a lot of
30
ball
weeks.
there.
No, they'll last, but they lose their impact.
It's 30 weeks.
Howard, the ball will tell you.
You know what? You can't use the balls at the alley. They're no good.
They're dead.
Oh, they're
Balls in the alley suck.
They're
What?
chipped and they're not polished correctly.
Oh.
right.
One time I went to a bowling party when I was a kid and I was throwing overhand and I got thrown out of the
Oh my God.
Were you really?
I was throwing overhand in the 9th grade.
Oh, that's funny.
That's
doesn't
funny.
work.
I think it'd be better if you took a softball and threw it down at those pins. Like, that'd be a better challenge.
It'd be more fun.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard, has Scott won any trophies, did he say?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but-
Do you have a
Where
trophy
is your
room?
trophy room?
No, I don't. Actually, no, I don't have.
Tell the truth.
No,
Are any of the trophies displayed?
No.
None.
Is that room you go to smoke in?
yeah, but there's no trophies.
What's the when you win it's a money league? So if
Right.
you win the championship, what's the money that you
first
guys-
place?
Yeah.
It's about 1,000 man.
1,000
a man.
Yeah, 4,000 for the
what about
team.
bro?
And you have a big night, right? You have a dinner.
Yes.
Yeah, but
We have pizza.
give the money out.
Honey,
Pizza.
it's time to go.
Yeah.
We have pizza and fries.
That's it.
We have a choice.
Perfect bowling dinner.
They got like
Fish and chips or pizza.
At the end of the year, they give out like trophies for high average. Have you ever won high average? They go,
yes.
Because here's what they do. They go, ladies and gentlemen, for the so-and-so New Jersey Bowling League, high average goes to Scott Salem. And Scott walks up proudly, gets his trophy, and they all clap.
Right.
Not in this league. This league's too
Let me
big.
say, let's say you win money at bowling.
Yeah.
Would you reinvest the money into bowling? like,
So you could be better this year?
yeah, like would you buy new balls or
New shoes or something?
Well, I
earmark
bought-
that money for bowling?
Yeah, I bought a new ball last year.
Nice.
And,
What's that cost?
That was like $250.
Wow.
So if you win best average once, you got a locker for life.
with the drilling and everything.
Did you get personal training? Is there a?
You can get lessons, but I
You've
never had
never,
any.
you've never had a lesson.
No coaching.
Have you bowled
for you.
300?
I don't know.
No, 290.
No.
290.
What does it cost you to be in the league?
It's $25 a week.
So
So
how
it's
many-
about $700 for the season.
So if you win first place, you're up 300.
It might be a little more because we
Take away the
didn't
ball.
Right.
we didn't finish in first last year. We finished in third. I think we broke even.
Right. Well, congratulations.
And then wait.
Oh,
then there's
no,
betting
there's
that
more?
goes on.
Oh, side betting.
Side betting during
During the game.
Hmm.
You put money in a pot. Like
You make a lot of money on side bets.
Yeah.
Are you the best guy there?
No.
Are you the best guy on your team?
No.
Wow.
Tell the truth.
I swear. The guy, the anchor bowler, they call him. He bowls left.
The anchor bowler.
Give you all these terms.
They
The anchor
call you
on my
the
team
anchor.
is about a 218. I think the high average in the league this year is 220.
Are there terms that we should know? I heard you drop a few terms like hooking,
Hooking, sliding,
hooking,
backup ball,
What
backup
was that
ball.
thing where you talked
Loser.
about the
10-pin wrap.
10-pin
The 10-pin wrap.
10-pin wrap. Yeah,
What's a
the bucket.
what's a bucket?
bucket?
You where the ball comes up light on the head pin, with not enough force, and it leaves 4 pins in what they call a bucket.
Scott, what is it called when you want your ball to go into the pocket, but then it goes over to the other side? You know, it goes to the other side of the head pin.
It's a bucket. It crosses over the head pin.
Yeah, was that
That's called either two things. It's called a Brooklyn or a Jersey.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Yeah.
Depends on your geography.
Well, I just pulled a Brooklyn.
I know. It depends on where you are.
Yeah, I wonder what that could depend on.
Can you
What
imagine?
call it.
You know what I want taped? The conversation that goes on between these idiots.
Right.
Look at that jersey.
Yeah, like-
And do you watch each guy as he goes up the
Oh no,
scene?
I just hooked a jersey because lane conditions were.
Oh, these lane conditions suck.
Are there any terms for lane conditions?
Yeah, oily or dry.
Lane conditions were dry, so I hooked a jersey on my way to a Brooklyn.
See, it's all terms you use for your hair. It's a substitute. Oily, dry.
Have you ever had like a spare that looked very difficult to pick up, and then you call some of the other guys and ask them how they might approach it?
No, I know how to shoot at difficult stuff, but I don't always make it.
Right.
I don't need any help to shoot at stuff.
I need no help.
I'm an island.
Have you ever hit a 7-10 split? Have you ever got one of those?
No.
You get a patch for that, you know.
I got to take a break. This is fascinating, but
Someone's got to play him. I'd love to play him.
I don't know the bit yet, but there's going to be bowling with
There'll
Scott.
be more discussion.
We'll get some of my buddies at the bowling alley.
Artie, are you a horrible bowler? I mean, have you bowled 5 times?
Yeah,
You
I
have to
bowl
bowl
5
him.
times.
He'll mush and lose.
All right, I'll definitely do that because I think my opinion of bowling is you could just be good at it.
Will you practice for the week?
I'll practice.
Okay, good.
I'll get into it.
No, I'm convinced that anybody can step up and bowl a 200. I mean, there's a lot of luck involved as well.
So you want a 3-game series?
2 out of 3?
Nah, 1 game.
One game. One game's tough. Usually
One game is tough.
But you bowl all the time.
He's going to choke.
Anybody could beat anybody on one game.
You know what I keep thinking about?
John, you should play him. Tom has been
Yes.
golfing since he's 5.
Yeah, right.
He's considered
He'd
a pro.
He'd beat me.
John goes out drunk and beats Tom at golf.
But see,
And Tom
is like
so irritated.
You know how in Fear Factor they say, you're allowed to try to psych out the other players? John is an expert at the psych out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The first thing I
John,
do is
maybe
hide
you
his
should play
cigarettes.
Scott. You should play Scott.
You know the kind of crap you catch at a country club if a drunk Puerto Rican beats you?
John, can you beat him?
Yeah, I know I will beat him.
Really?
Yeah. Because
Well, I didn't say give him 50 pins. I don't even know his average.
my
I said I
average
give
is like
Robin
80. I never.
Oh, you bowl?
No.
You don't bowl? All right.
No,
I said I give Robin 50
I've
pins.
bowled 10 times in my life.
Yeah,
I never
me
think
too.
I've bowled like 100.
I'll give you 100 pins right now.
My thumb.
Wow, look at him. He's so good.
I think he got me beat with his broken thumb.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Push it.
You're going to give me 50 pins, right?
Well, I got to think about that.
Oh, come on, Scott.
You have no confidence.
Do any of the guys have like bowling injuries, like their wrists and
Arm or
arm
something?
and stuff?
I've got
Not that I know of, but you know
elbow.
what? A couple weeks ago, I cut
this is where you
the
can't
tip of
even
my
get
finger off.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
I got
bowling?
I got a caught in
A door?
a window.
Yeah.
It sliced off like the top of my finger, and I had to go bowling.
Mm-hmm.
Bowling was like in 2 days, and I freaked out because it was my bowling hand.
Right.
So they sell this stuff called New Skin,
Right.
which is a clear plastic covering that allowed. So I actually went crazy and put this New Skin on.
Bowling stores sell it?
No, you get it right out of the vending machine at the bowling alley.
Oh, can you?
You get it in the drugstore. It's
Right,
like a clear
Clear
bandage.
skin machine.
Yeah.
Because you can't bowl with a Band-Aid, your fingers won't fit the
Exactly.
ball.
Right.
So I put this clear skin on, and my finger was absolutely pounding me, but I did bowl anyway. I mean, I just refused to miss it.
Right. You love it. You love
Yeah, I
it.
love it.
I told you, 911. He was bowling.
Do you ever have a cigarette in your mouth while you're bowling?
No.
No, it's a serious game.
But it's in the tray. In other words, you smoke and you put it in the ashtray.
Shoot cigarettes in the ashtray if I'm smoking one.
Yeah. So he'll put a cigarette down in the
It's on
ashtray.
standby.
Throw a ball.
I have my backup bowl and my backup cigarette.
You know what?
Oily dry. Oily dry. What
You're a
is
pussy.
this?
Fred Flintstone used to bowl barefooted.
Yeah, he did shoes.
Yeah, with a dinosaur egg.
And never complained about the lane
But I
conditions.
do tiptoe like him.
All right, thank you, Scott.
Oh,
You're
yeah, what is
unbelievable.
Scott's approach?
It's just,
Oh, my
please.
You're gonna have to get a camera. And
Frank, you're on the air quickly.
Hey, I will be the first in line to subscribe to a pay-per-view special. It's gotta be, man.
I know,
It's got to be.
I will get this on TV. Let me just figure it all out.
Every week, this could be the biggest damn thing since, bowling for dollars or whatever, man.
I'll tell you what. I'll pitch a show right now to any network. E included.
But
Once a week, Scott the Engineer's bowling challenge.
Take on somebody else.
Starts out Scott preparing for his bowling.
Yeah, I love it.
We get a 5-minute glimpse into his home.
There you go.
And then he goes to the league and he challenges different people once a week.
Get a cigarette company to sponsor it.
I'm telling you, this show could do on cable a 2 rating at least.
Banner business.
If FX wants it, I sell shows to them. I Son of the Beach, we got like a $1 million a week budget and stuff to produce these things. This show cost $100.
Nothing.
There you go.
One episode of Scott at the Clear Skin Machine trying to get a new club.
Scott, you know what?
Games are expensive.
I'm pitching it right now. I'm the executive producer, Scott. All I got to do is get a salary for him and we're in business.
I got one more question. What's your team name?
Come on.
What's the name?
There's a reason for this.
right.
Okay, everybody's initials have an S in it.
Yeah.
So I didn't come up with it.
The 4 S's?
The falling on our S's.
Oh,
The falling on our S's. All right.
That is a little.
Hey, that's bowling humor. Those guys must be a pisser.
Yeah. So my wife has a 7 on one leg and a 10 on the other.
Did you notice
A lot
that
of teams have like ball busters,
Right. Why don't you guys get a tattoo? Each one of you with the S.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
The 4 S holes.
I didn't think of that. Exactly. That's
The
a good
S
name.
holes.
That's a next year's name.
We don't goof on each other.
Falling on our S's.
It's funny, all 4 of us, we get goofed on in our everyday lives. When we go to the league, we act like we're superheroes.
We're cool.
I've got my own world there.
All right. Hey, we got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.